Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to KT Garage. This is episode 12 of the 1973 Dodge Challenger Hellcat swap build. In this episode, I'll be finishing up the patching of the rocker panel. Then I'll show you guys the favorite place where Rookie hangs out. Next thing on the list is to finish up the entire inner structure. Then I welded in the other half of the inner fender. Then I clean up the area where the roof eventually is going to go on. And lastly, I'll putting in a hatch to clear the fuel pump. I hope you guys enjoy the video. First thing I'm going to do this morning is to work in this area. You can see that I melted the lead from here in the last episode. Now I'm going to have to completely remove the old quarter panel. And then we'll put the new quarter panel on in a little bit. And then in between there's going to be a little bit of a dip here. We'll just fill it with body filler and we'll call it good. Well, here's my little helper. He comes out to give me company again. Come on, Ricky, come on up. You seem to be happy today. All right, let's go back to work. You can see that I already cut out that whole area just because it's so rusty. Now I'm peeling back the lower piece. This is part of the leftover quarter panel that I was working on before. I'm trying to break it away. Using a crowbar, trying to get things out. More plasma cutting. I'm at a point where I'm going to cover this up with fresh metal. But before that, I'm going to show you guys something. You look inside the rocker panel, there's like so much sand. This is from sandblasting, but there's like some other stuff. There's some snake skins in there as well. So I'm gonna get a vacuum cleaner and clean all that out. But the metal doesn't look too bad in there. I'm just gonna leave the rocker panel. There's a lot of work to replace it. I rust treated the inside already, so now I can go ahead and plug it up. And you see this template right here. I made it out of cardboard first, so it's going to look something like that. I'm going to transfer this into metal, and then we'll start welding it in. Now I started to cut the sheet metals, getting it ready to place it to the body and weld it on. Now I tack weld each corner, making sure that it stays in place and where it should be. Now I'm taking the clamps out, more tack welding. Now I continue to weld and make sure it stays solid. Well, I'm finally done with this area. You can see that it's got fresh metal down here. And I capped this off as well. And then it's all welded over here. I know it doesn't look very nice, but it's all can be covered by the quarter panel, so I'm not worried about grinding it down too much. Just want to make sure it's structurally sound. So now I can move on and do some other things. I'll show you guys Rookie's favorite spot. It's under my workbench. Check this out. Now his little sister Becky's in there too. Most of the time they stay in here. Now what I did with this workbench is that I made it out of really, really thick steel. And then in here, I bolted down to the ground. So, this is more like a storm shelter. Just in case, we live in Texas and there's tornadoes and things. So I purposely made this workbench this way. You can see there's a metal door here. So it's a really safe place to be when there's a tornado or things like that. So never had to use it, but been here for probably 14, 15 years, but you never know when you're gonna need it. But it's big enough for you know, our family and the dogs, that's for sure. I'm gonna start working on this upper section, trying to patch everything up. You can see that I already marked location, but I'm gonna have to cut out and then repatch it. I removed the gutter like all the way up to here. See, there's a lot of rusted piece, so I'm gonna cut this all out. This have to drop off, and then, well, this section looks pretty good, so I'm just gonna grind it down and make it work. And then there's some more rust spots here. I'm not gonna deal with this for right now, but at least I want to get this section done, especially here because the quarter panel is gonna come here, and then down here is pretty depressing. I'm gonna have to cut this out here, and then patch this up. Now I'm gonna have to go inside and patch the inside piece. So it's gonna take a little while to patch all this up. Started to cut out all the rusted spot, starting from the top, and then just make my way down there. And after I cut it, grind it, everything back down, getting it ready for welding the patching pieces on there. Now I started to weld the pieces in. I first cut paper template and then transferred to metal and then just welded in just one patched piece at a time. Then I grinded everything back down. I'll show you guys real quick on what's been done so far. So from this point to this side, all the patching has been done. You can see that there's several holes that I covered up with welds. And this section I completely fill it with new metal. Same thing here. The inside looking pretty decent. I fill in one of the spots as well. So then after that, I went ahead and put a coat of, again, the self-edging primer that I've been using. So I put it all in here, so it's treated the rust, and then it's also primed the metal. Now I still need to go in and clean up this area, patch it up. I didn't have enough time yesterday, so I went ahead and put a coat of paint, but I'm gonna have to go in there and finish this off today. And then we'll have to go to the inside. You see there's some rust through hole there as well. And then this area is complete. At that point, I think I can go ahead and get the outer piece of the inner fender in, and we can go from there. But up here it's starting to look pretty decent. I finished up all the patching on the interior structure. You can see that this whole area already been filled with fresh metal. It was like Swiss cheese over here before. I know the welding doesn't look too nice, but that's okay. It's structurally it's fine. I don't need to grind any of that down because none of it's gonna show. The patching on the inside also got done. You can see that this whole area I filled up with fresh metal. Again, this is all gonna be covered by the interior pieces, so I'm not worried about the look of it. Well, it looks like my little helper's out here again. It's pretty early morning, so he's in a pretty good mood this morning. What's up, boy? All right, so what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna work on the other piece of the inner fender and try to fit it in, weld it in, and then we'll bridge the gap, and then this side will be done. At that point, I can go ahead and get the quarter panel on. So it's gonna be pretty exciting to have the quarter panel on for sure. Well, it looks like the outer piece of the inner fender fits fairly well. You can see the sandwich between this panel here, and then I cut this to fit, so everything is nice there. Over here the same way, so the sandwich between the inside and the outside piece, I know the position of this entire panel is correct. There's an alignment hole down here, so it's all matched up. Then I clamp this down here so it's nice and tight to the body. I also put in a self-tapping screw here to pull the whole thing in. Make sure the gaps is closed, so you can see that all closed and ready to be tack welded. So the entire thing looks really decent. Now the only thing is, there's a little bit of a mismatch here. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna cut about, say about 3/8 of an inch along here, and then push this whole shoulder back, just so they all align. That shouldn't be too bad. I started to cut out that excess area with the plasma cutter, and then we'll push the whole thing in about 3/8 of an inch, making it nice and straight. Now I started to weld in that gap right there, making sure that things are nice and straight. Move further up. Now I tied the inner fender to that rear piece, and then moving further up, I'm tying the inner fender to the body structure. And there's a lot of points there. Wherever there's a contact, I need to completely weld it in. Now I move to the main post. So this post is terminated at the inner fender, so I want to make sure I have a solid weld all around. Now this is the other side of the inner fender. I tack weld in first, make sure I tap with the hammer, get things straight, and then come in and make the final weld pass. Now I went back to the back where that gap is, because I push it in and I happen to cut way too much material. So now I'm coming back with a small piece of metal and trying to fill it all in. Making some final passes to make sure everything is tied in. Now I proceed to the front, remove the self-tapping screws, and then just finishing up the weld in that area. All right, I got everything welded in. I want to show you guys the status of this. So you see this structure right here completely welded into the outer inner fender. All this already been tied in. I tied that down here. Now everything in here, already welded it, and I ground this down, so that's ready. Now I'm ready for this piece right here to cover things up. Looking from up here, all this already been tied in. I completely weld this corner. This is nice and tight. It's all straight now. I made a cut a little bit too much, so I had to fill in with a piece of metal here. I don't really need to grind this down because it's going to be the clearance here, and it's all going to be hidden behind the quarter panel, so I'm not going to worry about it. So now I'm going to work on this gap right here, trying to close that up. Now I'm working on the filler that goes into that gap. So what I did was just create a paper template first of the gap, and then I transfer that into metal. Now I'm going to cut this piece and then see if I can fit it on there. I tack weld the filler piece in first. Make sure it's nice and solid, and then I proceed to go up and start welding it in. I'm actually making a complete weld pass from front to back. I want to make sure that this thing is nice and solid. All right, the patching of the middle section is done. You can see that I completely weld the entire pass all the way up. And then look from the other side, complete pass, go all the way down. So now this whole thing is all tied up, and then I also tie the top piece down to the inner fender. All that stuff is done. The only thing left is just trying to take care of this area right here for the quarter panel to come in. So I already stripped this piece that's left over from the old quarter panel. You can see it's pretty rough, and I'm going to clean it all out. I got it up to this point. Now I'm going to use the air chisel and chisel the rest of this away, because you can see that the roof kind of just rotted out and it goes all the way down to that end. I already took care of the other side all the way up to about 3/4 way down that way. So I'm just going to get the rest of this out, clean this up, and then we're pretty much done with cleaning up. Here's how it looks after everything's cleaned up. You can see I already ground everything down. This whole thing already been grinded down. I'm going to treat the rust a little bit later. I just ground down as much as I can. Not looking too bad at all. What I want to do next is modifying this area because I'm going to have fuel injection, and the fuel tank needs to have access from the top. I have my tank right here. You can see that the fuel pump and the gauge is loading from the top, and I want to make sure I have access to that area because I don't want to lower the tank to service it. What happened is the fuel's going to come in here, the fuel neck's going to come in here, and then it comes down. So I'm suspecting it's going to land somewhere here, but I'm going to push the fuel tank in there and try to locate exactly where it is so I can cut out that section to clear everything. So the fuel neck's going to come right through here, and it comes down, and then it goes through there. So look like it's a good placement for, where the tank is. And then I just center it down here where the two channels are, and those two channels should be lining up with these channels here. And then according to that, I'm estimating this is the opening. I'm going to cut it and see if it clears the holes, and then if it's not, I'm just going to continue cutting it. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to trim some more, but this is really good. So it clears this vent line, so that's good. Now if you're looking on top, I might have a hard time loading the fuel pump and the fuel level meter. So I still have a little bit of room under here because I don't want to cut into the channel below. So I'm going to have about an inch or so on this side and about an inch or so on this side. So I'm just going to go ahead and just trim this little section here and over here, and then reinforce it. I think it's going to be fine. Okay, so I cut that two corner to give a better clearance, and I checked it out. Everything works out fine. I went ahead and cut these steel bars to put it in to make them nice and strong. So it's going to look like that. I'm going to go ahead and completely weld all this in, and then at a later time I can just have a little cover piece that can be bolted down to here to have a real nice hatch. Now I welded all those pieces in place. While the hatch is done, I decided not to completely weld everything because it might warp the panel. So I just spot weld 1 inch long in all the corners in the middle. I'm gonna come in with seam sealer and we'll seal everything. Well, it's been a long day. I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. Felt like I got a lot of things accomplished. I'm very happy with it. Now next week, I'm definitely gonna try out the quarter panel and see how it fits, and then I'm gonna start tack weld it in. I still have to put in the filler panel in the back, so all is gonna happen next week. Appreciate you guys tuning in to KT Garage. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. Thank you.